All right. Hey guys, Lorraine and I here. We're recording this Zoom for you. If you guys hop on, that's going to be awesome. But we're going to record this. We know that lives are crazy and sometimes you can't always hop on when you want to. So that's why we record it and repost it so you guys can get the info and just stay connected. But I want you to know either Lorraine or I will be here Monday nights. We will show up. We are here. We want to join you. You know, we usually have something planned to talk about, but that can go out the window if you guys have something specific you want to discuss, or if you just need some brainstorming, or if you just need some encouragement, or you just want to collaborate, or whatever. That's what we're here for, to work as a team, to come alongside each other. Lorena and I do not have it all figured out. We are just here to collaborate with you, and you guys teach us so much, and you inspire us in so many different ways. So know that we're here every Monday night for at least 20 to 30 minutes to chat with you and to collaborate with you. But usually, you know, if you don't have any questions, we will have something to talk about and encourage you with. So just know that you're not going to hop on Zoom and sit there and stare at us and we'll be like, whoa, what you want to talk about? It's not going to be like that. We're going to have something to talk about.
We know we can always talk about tea if nothing else.
Exactly. Oh, and I'm
or you can.
Right. I am drinking a lovely oolong. This company in India, I contacted them and said, hey, I would love to sample your tea and do a review for you. They sent me like gobs of tea. It had to come through customs and everything. And in the customs, the sheet said, tested and found tea powder. And I was like, what? So anyway, it was kind of funny. But yes, it's really super yummy. It's an oolong and it has rose petals in it. And it's really good. But anyway, we're on top of this. Okay, guys, so Thomas and I have been running a booth at the state fair. We joined one of the diamonds that is up here in Alaska. Her name's Stephanie Abrams, and she has had the booth. This is her 4th year running the booth, but she really wanted to bring in some new energy, and I've got a lot of that. So she reached out to me and said, hey, would you want to, kind of do the booth with me? You can run it, but she wanted somebody to come in. So we had some ideas on how to decorate and what to do. And so we came up with this theme, just something very fresh and very simple. We have muslin. If you've seen any of my pictures online, we have muslin tablecloths. We've got a few signs here and there. We actually have a TV screen that's doing before and afters of Joyome. Sometimes the TV screen isn't set up or isn't connected or working. So I actually have a little before and after slideshow on my iPad, and I will just pop up my iPad and have that running. So you do not need a TV screen to run a booth, or you don't even need an iPad, guys, okay? These are just ideas. If you have it, cool. If not, cool. We've got a couple of different signs, but what we're finding as we've set up these booths, first off, I want to let you know, being able to do this business on social media is amazing. Being able to text message people and call people is amazing. But I heard a saying recently from Jessica Hoogendorn, who I'm going to talk about her interview. But one thing she said was, meetings make money. And it's true. And the reason is, this isn't some flippant turning people into numbers, I'm going to make money. This is facts, that if you can get in front of someone and talk to them about what you do and talk to them about your passion and talk to them about why you're doing Plexus, then they're 10 times more likely to sign up than a text message or a Facebook message or some post on social media. When they're seeing you face to face and they can say, look, these products have been life-changing for me. This is what it saved me from. It gave my husband his wife back. 60-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. When you can see that on my face and see that and hear that in my voice and see the passion, you're 10 times more likely to go, yeah, what the heck do I have to lose? Let me do this. So that's what she means. Meetings make money. And so the opportunity to run a booth, to get face-to-face with people, with total strangers, is wonderful. It is so exciting. You can get in there and you can just talk to people and you can share. It's a great opportunity. It's a great learning experience. Don't go into doing a booth thinking that everybody you talk to is going to be excited or everybody that passes by is going to talk to you. Let it be a learning experience on reading people's body language. So I've been learning a lot about reading people's body language. And I've stood there, and we have put the booth in like 3 different positions, and we're only halfway through the fair. So just to kind of see, okay, having it opened, we've had it opened in a U shape to where people can actually come in. In this environment where we are and what we're in Raven Hall, we're indoors. People actually have to come into indoors. We're not really near any food, so we don't have a whole ton of traffic unless, of course, it's raining outside, or people intentionally know they want to go into Raven Hall and see what's for sale. So sometimes people will be coming inside to just get out of the rain, and they're just kind of walking around, and you can tell their body language immediately. They'll try really hard not to make eye contact with you. If you catch them reading one of your signs, they'll look away from you immediately so that you don't talk to them. So it's really funny on how, but so we left it open, and it seems like making it open and people coming in is a little intimidating in this atmosphere, because people aren't always necessarily in Raven Hall in the indoor section to shop. So we changed it to where it was more of just a front desk where you could actually see signs and see product, and that's when people have approached, because it's less intimidating. They don't have to walk into your space. They can still stay in their safe place, which is the aisle, and still see your stuff and ask you questions, but it's like less committal. I don't know. So anyway, that's what it seems. It seems like having that, but it's really fun that we've been able to, we've got days, we have 12 days of the fair, and there's a couple of different of us working the fair. So we've been on this chat going, I switched it up like this today, and I switched it up, and kind of giving each other ideas. So I'm going to be there tomorrow, and I'm going to be there Thursday through Sunday. So Thursday through Sunday, I'm really excited to see how I can switch it up, what signs I can put on the front, and kind of figure out what's going to work for this space. So something to keep in mind if you're doing just an afternoon event or something like that. If it's a specific event that people are coming to shop, then set it up where they can walk in. If people are just there for another main reason, but there's going to be booths, then set it up with a little bit easier to approach, because their intent is not to come to shop. So it might be like either like some type of a forum or a meeting or something, and then there's going to be like breaks in between the meetings, and then you can go to the different booths. Then have it a little bit more approachable and not so open, so that you can, those are just my tips. It might work differently depending on your atmosphere and the people that are coming. So keep that in mind. But watching people's body language, one thing that I have started doing is I will stand at the edge of my booth, and I will look for reasons to talk to people. And I will look for reasons to talk to people that have nothing to do with Plexus. I'll tell somebody, oh, I really like your bag. Where'd you get that? Or are you enjoying the fair so far? What's your favorite exhibit? Are you just coming in to get out of the rain? How are you doing today? Two gals walked by the other day, and one of them she had long hair, but she had buzzed the sides of her head. And I did that a year and a half ago. I buzzed the back of my head. I buzzed the back of my head, and it's called an undercut. And it's all grown out now. It's like crazy, crazy long. But these two girls, one of them had completely shaved the side, and then the other one, I watched her pull her hair up and stick it in a bun, and she had it shaved on the sides. So I stopped them, but it took me 3 steps to get, because I was on the edge of my booth. They were in the aisle. I had to take 3 steps to get to them. They were in no intention coming to my booth. But I reached out and I said, I just have to stop you girls. Your undercuts are awesome. I did one about a year and a half ago. Look at this. And I pulled my hair up, and I was like, look, it's all grown out. I don't know what to do with it now. And so we all started laughing. She's like, oh, the grow out process is horrible. She goes into it all. And we're laughing and stuff and talking about undercuts. And by the way, that was the craziest thing I've ever done, really, is shave the back of my head. Anyway, but so then they were both like, hey, Tony, how are you? I'm so glad you hopped on. So then these two girls, as I was talking to them, they were like, so what do you do? What are you doing here at the booth? I was like, well, I run a Plexus booth. Come on over. And so we started talking, and they're like, oh yeah, I said, have you heard of Plexus before? And they were like, one girl said no, and then the other girl was like, oh yeah, our cousin was talking about that or something. And so I started kind of explaining what Plexus was, all natural health and wellness company. And the one girl jaw dropped and said, look at that. And she looked at the before and after pictures going across my iPad of the Joyome. And I said, oh yeah, so we're all about balancing the microbiome on the inside, and now we have stepped into skincare, balancing the microbiome on the skin. And I didn't know anything about that until they launched this skincare in May. And so they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, this is 7 days. Look at this one. Look at this one. And so we started looking at these before and afters. And so then I grabbed the product and I said, yep, very simple. You know, it's a day serum and a night serum, 3 pumps, last you 2 months. And they're like, what? This is so crazy. I said, are you guys on Facebook? Why don't you go ahead and enter our drawing? So I got them my little cards that I have. I have these little cards, and I was like, enter our drawing. I'll find you on Facebook. I'll send you our digital catalog and some information about the Joyome. And they were like, oh man, that would be so awesome. Thank you so much. And they were like, it was so fun talking to you. And then they walked away. So guys, you know, it was all up, the whole exchange was about 3 minutes, but I watched their body language and I made it a point to find something to talk to them about. And I've done that with several people. You know, I'll just try to think of things to talk to and be engaging, but not annoying. So I'm not going, here, try this, you want to try, you know, I'm not being annoying. I'm just looking for reasons to talk to people walking by my booth. Now, if somebody stops and reads a sign, I'll say, hey, how are you today? Let them respond, and then I'll be like, so have you heard of Plexus? And then let them answer. I've had people that are with Shakeology, and I've had people with different MLMs and things, and they've just been like, oh yeah, they've been so sweet though, guys. They've been so sweet, and I just, you know, exchange with them. There's one lady I was, you know, yesterday I was working on pushing our children's multivitamins, and school has started. And I was like, hey, are your kids, she had 3 kids with her. I was like, hey, are your kids on a multivitamin? And she's like, yeah, they are. And I was like, sweet. And she's like, yeah, they take this and then they do shakes. I was like, are you with Shakeology? And she's like, yeah, I am. I was like, well, good for you, you know? And she's like, yeah, it's really been life-changing. I was like, yep, I totally understand. She's like, I have a friend who does Plexus. So it was just this nice interchange. You know, nothing has to be awkward. They do another MLM. They do another business. That's awesome. Encourage them and bless them on their way. But don't, you know, find reasons to talk to people. That's one of the best things about working a booth. So I've had a lot of great conversations. Looking for reasons to talk to people is great. And here's my secret sauce when it comes to booths. When you do a booth and you're going to do an enter to win, you're going to have you're going to put a little sign, just say enter to win. It does not have to say what it is. Just put enter to win in a little basket and have these little cards where people, or little slips of paper where people can fill them out. I wish I had one handy. I prefer the one where it asks for their name, phone number, email address, and Facebook. And then it asks them, what symptoms are you struggling with? And it lists symptoms. People like to talk about themselves. They like to talk about what they're struggling with. So I like that slip of paper because then it reminds me what we probably talked about. I have them fill it out right in front of me. I ask them if they're on Facebook and if they'd like our digital catalog. And I pretty much go right after I take their piece of paper. I'll write on the back a really quick note to myself. And then I will put FB for Facebook, text, and phone call. So those are the 3 ways text or email. So Facebook, text, or email. Those are the 3 ways I'm going to contact them within the next week. The Facebook one is checked off either within 24 hours. So within 24 hours, I am finding them on Facebook, I am friending them, and I'm sending them a digital catalog on Facebook. So that is checked off immediately. Now in 3 days, if they do not respond to my Facebook, I'm texting them if I have their phone number. In 3 days, if they don't respond to my text, I'm going to email them, and then I'm going to start over again. Facebook, text, email. So it'll go in that cycle until I stick them in my funnel. So that's just a way, and it's just friendly. Hey, I sent you that digital catalog. Did you get a chance to look at it? Would it be easier if I sent it to you, in a text message? Would you like it rather in your email? That kind of thing. So but I like this paper. Now, when you get their piece of paper and you get them into the drawing, and if they ask you, so what's the drawing for? What do I win? Okay, I've stopped giving away product for a couple different reasons. It's expensive. And even if I give one slim away, let's say I'm doing this, let's say I'm just doing a weekend thing. Let's say I get 20 names in a weekend. 20 times $2.50 is a lot of money. And I'm usually I'm a bag and a half of slim into giveaways, and that's a lot of investment for who knows how many I'm going to actually get to order. So I've stopped giving away product, and I give away product gift cards. So the product gift cards are $10 off if you order preferred customer, $20 off if you order wholesale. So that's what I give to people. And so when they ask me what they win, I'll say, hey, you should totally enter our drawing. Are you on Facebook? I'll send you a digital catalog. They'll be like, yeah, I'll enter your drawing. So what do I win if I win? I'll say, oh, it's product gift card. And they're like, oh, okay, great. And they finish signing their name. And I've never had anybody tell me, I had the guy who's running the booth behind me. He told me no. I was like, why don't you just go ahead and enter the drawing? And he was a hard sell, y'all. He was a hard sell. He wanted my whole spiel. And he was older. He's probably, he's older than me by probably 20 years or so. And he's like, he was a hard sell. He's like, well, give me your spiel. And he kept talking over me. And he's like, I've had cancer. I don't have any issues. I don't have this. I don't have that. I feel great. Like all this stuff. He's like, I eat balanced. I eat this. And so then he had a customer, and I was like, okay, so he doesn't have any issues, according to him. He sleeps great. He's got plenty of energy. He doesn't have any gut issues. He's been through cancer. He's got a balanced diet. I'm like, what do I have that he needs? What do I have that he needs? And I kept going through, because if I can't produce anything that he needs, he's not going to even consider me. He's not going to consider my product. So it finally hit me. He came back around to finish talking to me, and I said, you know what? And so then I gave him a sample straight up. I had Slim in my bag. I said, why don't you try it? Because he had a cold. I was like, do you have a cold? And he's like, yeah, but if I had this thing that I get from Canada, my cold would be gone by now. I just don't have access to it. I said, well, why don't you try a Slim? He's like, is it going to clear my head up right away? I was like, I have no idea. Everybody is different, but why don't you just give it a try? I'm handing it to you. And he's like, okay. And so he shakes it up in some water, and he downs it, and he comes back around. He's like, I actually do feel a little bit better, but I don't know if that's just all in my head. And I was like, you know what you need to do? I know, he was a really hard sell. I was like, you know what you need to do? You know what you need to look at? I was like, you've told me you have great energy. You have great gut health. You have, no sleeping issues. You've battled cancer and won. You eat balanced. I get all that. And I think that that's amazing. But what you need to look at and how you need to view my product is preventative. You need to view my product as preventative maintenance. I mean, we do preventative maintenance on our cars, do preventative maintenance on you. And he goes, all right. He's like, okay, well, if I continue to feel better, I'll come back. He's like, I'll order from you tomorrow. I said, well, don't order from me tomorrow. I won't be here. Order from me Tuesday. And he's like, okay, I'll order from you Tuesday. So I gave him one more. I was like, try this first thing in the morning, see how you feel, empty stomach, chromium, blah, blah, blah. And so hopefully he felt good today, and that's an order I will get on Tuesday. So it's just it's this whole, I kept going. Now, I had a lot of time with him because he's stuck behind me in his own booth. So I don't get all that time with a lot of people just passing through. So I get a lot, I got a lot more time with him. But the other thing about running a booth is the people around you running booths are your biggest targets. They should be the most people you talk to, because several reasons. A, you get way more time with them. They hear your spiel a lot. They get to think through your product. They either get to think about themselves or think about somebody else dealing with gut issues. And then 4, they're already business minded. I love people who are already business minded. So if you're looking for somebody who would potentially see the opportunity here, you're sitting next to them because they're already business minded. So sharing the opportunity could be a little bit easier. Even if they say, no, I'm already running a business, plant those seeds of what Plexus can do. So when you're running a booth, people sitting next to you are excellent. Tomorrow is I'm going to be running the booth from 12 to 5, and Thomas is going to be with me. So one thing that I'm going to do, I won't be alone, so I'll be able to walk away from the booth, and I am going to go and talk to every single booth tomorrow. And I'm going to talk to everyone that is running a booth, and I'm going to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? I'm going to give them time, and then I'm going to ask time of them so that they can hear my spiel. And I'm going to take slim samples and things like that for them to taste. So anyway, don't give product away. Look for just give gift card products so that you can get people to order. You want people to order so that they can experience a full 60 days of this rather than just one slim stick. So that's been huge in the way I've changed the way I do things. Let's see here. So yeah, look for opportunities and reasons to talk to people, and then definitely talk to the people sitting next to you, because you get the most time with them, and it's a great opportunity. Okay, so there's my tips on booth.
Can you mute Tony maybe?
Yep, there we go. There was just a little bit of feedback, Tony, so I muted you. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Jessica Hoogendorn. Guys, that was like so inspiring to me to hear her talk. The amount of education that woman has is daunting. She's a naturopath doctor. She's a GAPS practitioner. She's a herbalist. She's all these different things. She had the attitude of, she had a probiotic that you had to have a license to sell. It was 3 times the amount of our probiotic, and it had to be refrigerated. And she was like, what do you think your $29.95 probiotic can do? And our probiotic outperformed hers and shocked her socks off. And so she's like, started doing all that. She did 80 hours of research into the ingredients in our products and found them to be amazing and superior. Guys, this woman is amazingly more intelligent than I will probably ever be when it comes to supplements. And so her input, and this is where I love the work smarter, not harder. Like, she's done all the research, and I'm going to benefit from her brain because she's already done it. And I trust her, and I trust her judgment. So she had amazing results with her daughter, with our supplements that she was not even getting from what she had, being this practitioner, this naturopath doctor, and this GAPS practitioner. And GAPS diet is a specific diet. It's finding all of your nutrition through your diet. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's GAPS. So hearing her say that, it was just a renewed belief for me. It was a renewed reminder that we have amazing products that get results if people will give it consistency, time, and water. If people will give it that, if they will give it consistency, time, and water, they will see the difference. Your body, I learned something new. I didn't even realize you should really be taking Probio 5 on an empty stomach, so that it can actually get in there. I always took it just right before bed, whether I had a snack before bed or not. And so when she said that you really need to be getting your Probio 5 in on an empty stomach, that's when it's going to perform its best and get into your gut. And I'm going, wow. So, here I am. I've been taking the products for 4 years, and I learned something new about how to take it. So I know that there's different ways people are going to need to take it. There's going to be different methods. There's going to be changing up for people. So people might hit a plateau of, okay, I'm not really seeing a difference anymore. And that's when we need to do a little bit of, excellent customer service and be like, let's switch this up. What do you want? Let's switch it up. Let's try your Probio 5 in the morning. Let's try your, BioCleanse in the afternoon. I always start people on a very simple regimen to get them going. And then I work with them to switch it up if they're not seeing the results that they want. But anyway, guys, Jessica Hoogendorn, I highly recommend watching that. Even if you watch the first 20 minutes, it's totally worth it to hear her story and how hilarious she is. But the fact that she is a Plexus ambassador because the diamond that's in Canada, she was persistent. She was lovingly and gently persistent. And that's something that spoke to me. So here's something I did. I've got a gal I'm working on. I've known her since she was like 3. I've known my parents have known their parents for forever, but she's a bit younger than me. She's almost like a little sister in a lot of ways. And her and her mom and her dad are very much into CrossFit. And so she's been into CrossFit for a while, and her whole family believes that they can find all of their nutrition through food. And so they don't necessarily need supplements. Well, I've been working on her for a long time. And I reached out to her again right after I listened to Jessica Hoogendorn. And I said, hey, will you listen to the first 20 minutes of this? And I think that you're going to hear a little bit more of my heart on why I love these supplements. So she told me last night, we're talking back and forth, and she's like, when she was talking about that persistent person that she kind of wanted to block, but she loved him too much not to because they were so sweet, she's like, that's you. And I was like, hooray. So she's like, no, I think it was great. And so we had a good conversation. She's not signing up yet. She's not sold on it yet, but it was just one more seed. And I've been planting tons and tons of seeds. And then Becca in the Business Builders, Hope Business Builders, she just posted just a little tiny minute and a half of the girl who wrote Girl Wash Your Face. And the fact that she said, you're stopping working on your dream because it's taking too long. Like, this spoke to me so much because, guys, I want to rank up. I'm like, yeah, I want to be a double diamond, but I'd just like to get to Ruby. That'd be nice if I could just get to Ruby. If I could just take that next step. And so, but I kept thinking to myself, I'm expecting this to happen like overnight. And I've totally switched my mindset and been like, how can I be better? How can I just keep planting seeds? Guys, I haven't signed up any new customer. Well, I've signed up one new customer this month. I've not signed up any new ambassadors, but I'm just continually planting seeds. I'm continually planting seeds. I'm like, how can I be better? How can I be better? How can I think about the other person? What do they really need? I had an opportunity to switch one of my preferred customers to an ambassador, but I told her, you know what? I don't think that's what you're looking for. I don't think you're looking to become an ambassador because she's only ordering X Factor Plus and Joyome every other month. And she's already ordering, she already reached that 4th month. So she already gets that extra 10% discount. I'm like, she's not wanting, and I told her, I said, if you want to start ordering the triplex, then I'll start talking to you about becoming an ambassador. And she was like, whatever you think, I trust your judgment. I was like, you're already getting a good discount. I don't think you need to upgrade. So, I'm just looking for ways to constantly think about the person and what's going to be best for them. She doesn't need to pay $34.95 a year for something that she's not going to earn extra money on her products. She's not going to get over 100 PV on Joyome. She's only going to, so anyway, thinking about the other person and what's going to be best for them, that's been my focus. And I know that we will, reap the harvest of that. So anyway, Jessica Hoogendorn was extremely encouraging to me. I loved the fact that I just love the fact that she's so knowledgeable and she researched our ingredients. And that's what she told people. She told everybody to do. If somebody wants to research, tell them, research the ingredients. We've heard it before, but don't Google plexus, Google the ingredients, research the ingredients on good sites to research. And there's a couple of them. Oftentimes, if you're looking for a good site to do research on, go into the back office, and it's under any of the, either the clinical studies or any of the brochures, the brochures. Yeah. Any of those brochures on the product, it'll list some of the studies and some of the websites that they use to find the studies on the different stuff. Go to those websites. I can't remember what they are. There's like one that's an ncbc something.com or something like that. Anyway, there's good websites out there that will give you unbiased research on ingredients. And that's where you should find your info on ingredients. But anyway, really, really encouraging to me to just listen to her and hear what she had to say. And the fact that, it was 9 months of the gal in Canada reaching out to her and truly being a friend, following her on Facebook, lovingly stalking her, and just continuing that reach out. And then she signed up an amazing woman who has blessed all of us with her knowledge. She has blessed all of Plexus with her knowledge. And so in my mind, I'm going, okay, where's the next Jessica Hoogendorn that I can sign up that can bless all of Plexus with their knowledge. So anyway, yeah, totally listen to it if you get the chance. Even listen to it again. I plan on listening to it again just because I love your little visitor in the back. Loved getting that belief, guys. That was just renewed belief for me, because I can get in a state of, what am I doing? Nobody cares what I'm doing. Nobody's listening to me. But and it can get so frustrating. Like, nobody believes me, and I get it all the time. I get, like, I see the attitude on people's faces when they're talking to me, and all of a sudden I feel 12 years old. Like, I'm just this little 12-year-old girl doing an MLM, and nobody believes me. But guys, we really do have life-changing products. It's true. They work. So don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. So anyway, do you guys have anything to add? I have totally rambled a lot.
I was gonna say, you're on fire tonight, girl.
I know. I am.
What happens when you get out there and talk to people about Plexus every day?
Yes, exactly.
It's different in person, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've done quite a few booths in the past, but I really don't know if I've gotten more than like 2 customers out of the probably dozen booths I've done in 3 years. And I never really go planning on even getting a customer. Maybe that's a negative thing, but it helps me to just be like, I'm just going to let people know it's out there, to just maybe make a new friend, make a new Facebook friend, make a new local friend, whatever.
Right.
And just start planting seeds. Because at first I was like giving away a lot of stuff, spending a lot of money. Like, I did this humongous booth one year that I literally spent a couple $1,000 on.
Oh, wow.
And got nothing back in return, and it was like, that just kind of irritates you and makes you like kind of depressed about it.
Right.
But it's like, no, just do the cheap, easy ones. And just, I really liked your tip for the product gift cards. I've never done that or thought of doing that. So I like that. So thanks for sharing that.
Definitely. Yeah. Make it, we want people to actually order the product. And and a friend of mine shared that with me. She's a friend who, she sells jewelry, but she does, like, that's doing booths and fairs is the majority of how she has her income.
Right.
With this jewelry. She sells some online, and she gave me some of her Instagram tips and stuff too. But that her biggest thing is gift cards. She does not give product away. And so she was like, do gift cards, stop shooting yourself in the foot. She said, especially in your industry, you want these people to try the product. It's going to take them longer. Like, she sells earrings, and she still does product gift card because she wants people to actually purchase the earrings and love them. She's not just going to give them away. So, and everybody wins. Everybody that enters wins. So everybody.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Everyone
so
wins.
smart.
Yes.
And if you're not actually putting money into it, then you can, and it doesn't matter.
Yes. So everybody wins. You call, and I just tell people with the state fair, because I don't want to just do like all of my follow-up at the end, I've been doing my follow-up the day after. So within 24 hours, I'm contacting them and I'm saying, hey, I am picking winners every day or so, and you won a product gift card. And so that's what I say. And if people have come together, so I had those sisters that came together that shaved their head, I told both of them, I said, hey, I am picking a couple of winners every day or two, and both of you guys won, and this is what you won. So that's my wording. They don't need to know that everybody wins, but they just need to,
obviously.
There's no, that's like they don't need to know. So I'm picking a couple of winners every couple of days, and you won. So
okay, so I do have a question. Do you sell any product there ever, like the 7-day trials? Because I've tried that, and I don't know if I've ever even sold any, but
so I have them for sale, but just trial packs.
Right.
I don't like to sell full product because it ships within 3 to 5 business days. You're going to get it so quickly anyway. And I'm not going to carry the inventory. I carry inventory for what my family uses, and then I carry the sample packs, and that's it.
Right. Okay. I just didn't know if you had anything and if you ever had any success with that or how that worked.
Every once in a while, people will purchase. I'm wondering if that guy tomorrow is going to purchase a 7-day to get him through the fair. We'll see. So I'll see what I can talk him into.
That story made me laugh because the massive expensive booth that I had the first year I was in business, which was like November 2015, it was actually the Hearts at Home conference. I don't know if you've ever heard of the
Oh,
Hearts at Home conference.
yeah. Yeah, I think
They like shut down and disintegrated. Now they restarted up again or something. Somebody else bought I don't know how it works. But anyways, there was a man behind me that was, I'm going to use the word obnoxious like that, and was just like all knowing, and like I was annoying, and I was this clueless little girl, and just like really frustrating. And I was there with Holly Frazier and her sister Heather, and we kind of thought it was funny. I mean, we weren't going to like be like, haha, you're cracking us up, thanks for the entertainment, but we
right.
didn't take it personally. But it was like, after a while, it got kind of annoying. But he, by the end of the weekend, was nicer. I mean, it's not like we even got our point across to him ever, but he kind of backed off. But yeah, it just made me laugh.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Yeah, he's a bit obnoxious and a bit chauvinistic. It's odd. But anyway, I'm like, okay. I'm glad he's behind me because there's a curtain partition. And so not like right next to me, so I don't have to talk to him constantly.
All the time, yeah.
Right. So there's a little bit, but he'll like poke his head through, and I'm like, ah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That guy was behind me too, and he did the same thing, like totally unexpected. Like he'd be eavesdropping on my conversation and then making fun of me later, and I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me, can you move him?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So yes. Awesome. Well, I'm excited. And as far as the other thing I wanted to say about booths is just echo what Lorraine said. Don't feel like you have to do a state fair or these huge booths. Remember, you're just wanting to talk to people, give yourself an opportunity to talk to people. So even if you have a farmer's market, even if you have a farmer's market that allows booths, we have 3 in Alaska, one that's literally right behind me, another one that's about 10 minutes up the road, and then another one in Anchorage. There's actually several farmer's markets, there's all over, but those are the 3 closest to me, and they allow booths. And so it's like $15, and you can go from 3 to 7, and it's every Thursday. So $15 is really cheap, and you can just set up. Now I recommend getting a canopy because it rains, but especially here all the time. And so get a canopy, set up in that, but invest a little bit into yourself, but then just go and get the practice of talking to people. And that is where in the success kit, your talking point cards that come on a little ring, those are beautiful, because they give you talking points that you can spit out in about 20 seconds. Yeah. So those are great to look at and great to go, have you heard about our multivitamin? This is what it does. Have you heard about Slim? This is what it does. Because the first couple days of the fair, I really hadn't prepped very well as far as what I was going to say. So I started kind of regurgitating just stuff that I usually say, or kind of, and it wasn't coming out very clean. And I'm like, what am I supposed to say? And it makes me laugh. I'm like, I've been working this business for 2 years and I don't know what to say. So I got my cards back out, and it's just been like this refresher. Oh, right. This is what I say. Okay, good. This is a good talking point. But
go ahead. It is totally different talking to people's faces than having the time to write it out and delete it. And what you say is what you say. Yes. So it is very different. Like when I first started doing booths, which I started right away in like 2015, but I haven't done them in a long time just because it hasn't worked with my schedule, or there haven't been any close, and I'm kind of picky where I go. I don't just go anywhere. Yeah. I probably should just go anywhere. I think Eric and Amy Paul did. They're like, they didn't care if it was a little dumpy campground. They'd whip out their table and put up their products. Yes! And I'm like, that's probably what I should be like. But since my husband isn't helping with my business, and it's me and my kids most of the time by myself, that just isn't really doable. But anyways, but yeah, it is. It's very different. It's a learning curve.
It is.
Good way, so. Yes,
it is. And it just helps you kind of just get out of that shell a little bit, and or a lot bit, depending on your personality.
It's just good. Yeah, and I loved your tip of stepping out and talking about something else. My thing always has been, hey, how are you doing today? Have you ever heard about Plexus? Like, that's been my opening line. But then people that ignore me or like don't look at me, because I definitely have seen those, the body language thing. I usually just looked at them and just smiled and said hi and never really said anything else. But I'm like, if I would have been friendly or paid a compliment, not that I wasn't friendly, but you know what I mean? Like actually something, maybe it would have led to something else. So maybe I should go shave part of my head and then get a few fake tattoos and some weird piercings so I can connect with everybody.
Right? Right. I know. It was so crazy.
I'm
Crazy.
sorry.
Anyway, yeah. No, I know. It was nuts. And now I'm stuck with this idea of doing. I
Weird
mean,
little.
it's like so crazy back here.
I
It's
know. It's just,
and then asked my hairdresser, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this as it's growing back? And she's like, well, if you can just like French braid it, just French braid it. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't just French braid it. She's like, you can just braid it up into your hair. And I have,
like it's too short.
well, and I have zero talent when it comes to hair. My hair is
Oh,
either
that's
up in a
funny.
clip or down like this. And that's the extent of what I can do. And I can curl it because I have a little curling machine, and that's it. Anyway, so not here to talk about my hair, but it was funny. So yes, there was something you said I was going to comment on. Oh, but I just wanted to just do, don't feel like you have to take baby steps. Find something small that you guys can plug into. Spend $15, set up a little table and a canopy, and talk to people, and just get that face to face, get that one on one. And then start thinking about ways, and do it on a Saturday or a Thursday or something where your husband can watch the kids, or you could get a babysitter, or see if grandma and grandpa want to hang out with the kids, and just go try it for a couple hours. Our one around the corner is from 3 to 7. So, it's just 4 hours, and see if somebody can watch the kids so that you can just try it a little bit and get out and talk to people. And then I really highly encourage you guys to just set up meetings. Find little pockets of time where you can set up meetings with people that are local. Anybody that you've been talking about or talking to that is local, see how you can set up a coffee meeting, or have them over. Say, hey, bring your kids. It'll be mayhem. Throw them in the backyard, and pour some iced tea or hot tea or whatever, and chat with people face to face. But that meetings make money. That saying, that's true. Them being able to see you and talk to you. And so, Jessica Hoogendorn talked about that as well. So check out her video. But anyway, that's all I had for tonight. I think I have rambled way longer than I expected to, but
I think we're about at an hour.
We're
close.
I told Thomas, I was like, I'll be 20 minutes. I'll just be 20 minutes. It never works out that way.
Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad you hopped on and shared all your wisdom, since I've kind of been like MIA, so I appreciate it.
No problem. It's been a crazy summer. Lorraine and I were just talking about how we haven't talked in 2 months.
It feels like it.
It does feel like it. All right, I'm gonna end our meeting. I think it's about to end
Okay.
almost. So
All right. Good night.
Later. Have a good night, Lorraine.
You too.
Bye.